Hi, everybody. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. We are not at the archive today because we are traveling. I was going to wish my father a happy birthday. And as we travel by car, it reminds me of some of the commercials that we've digitized in the past. And we did this big project for Duke University in their ad views archive. And we digitized a bunch of AMC, American Motors Corporation ads, and also the company that was before them, which was Studebaker or Nash. And so I figured I'd show you some of these. So Nash, like I said, it was Nash Kelvinator, and they made a bunch of cars. The Studebaker, the Packard, and they merged with Hudson Motor Car Company in 1954 and created American Motors. And American Motors then made the Nash Rambler, the Hornet, the Gremlin, the Pacer, the Ambassador, the Rebel, the Matador, the Marlin, the AMX, the Javelin, and then of course they took over Jeep for a while, and they chugged away. And this came to mind to me because when I was sick, I was at home watching Price is Right reruns, and they'd always say it's a new car, and it was almost always an American Motors car, and it was almost always a really crappy two-door hatchback. And I was like, oh, ooh. People would be very excited, but it'd be like, ooh, yeah, that car is not going to last very long. And it's definitely not very sexy. But yeah, so here's a bunch of commercials. First from Studebaker in the 50s, and then, excuse me, then American Motors up to probably, I think, mid 60s. So there might be some duplicates in there. I tried to go in and pull out a bunch of them. But what's interesting with AMC is that they were trying to take on the big three, Ford, GM, and Chrysler. Unfortunately, and they refer to themselves as like the giant killer. And it was hard because the big three had a lot more stuff. They had a lot more manufacturing. They had a lot more distributors, dealerships, and it was hard to compete. And they eventually, I think, went out of business. What was it, in 85? 88. Wow, that's a long run. And got acquired by one of the big three, Chrysler. So reflect fondly. I wish I had some Pacer or Gremlin ads. Those are fascinating vehicles. But I think that the ad agency that was doing these ads, Benton and Bowles, stopped doing ads for AMC at some point. So I'll be back live on Monday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, hit the like. You can support us by going to ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us. Otherwise, we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.
How do you do, sir?
Hi.
Won't you come in, sir?
Well, you see,
But, sir, we want your personal reaction to our big new Studebaker.
Sure, but...
Please. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll let you in on a big secret. Just 1 week from tonight on this very program, we're going to show you our big new Studebaker. November 22nd, at your local Studebaker dealers, you can see it in person. Like this handsome young couple coming out of the showroom. How do you do?
Hi.
You like it?
We love it.
I know it's still a secret, but that big new body, those lines, and you've changed it.
Let's try and keep that quiet 1 more week.
Well, you know, from a woman's point of view, the new instrument panel was...
Shh, I know what you mean, but that's a secret, too.
but all I wanted to say was,
Yes, you've got it. Distinctive from every angle.
Studebaker's for us.
So long.
So long. What did you think about it, sir?
What do I think? Boy, I know. Studebaker's great. The standout car in the low-price field. Well, you see it at your Studebaker dealers on November 22nd.
And your own personal preview right here on this very show next week.
It's big. It's new. It's the big news in the low-price field. The big new Studebaker. Look at it. Imagine yourself at the wheel of a big, handsome, new Studebaker. Just imagine. Luxury you can afford. Come see the standout car in the low-price field. It's the most exciting new concept in automobiles. Craftsmanship with a flair to bring you this new big Studebaker President V8. Here indeed is a car to dream about. Truly distinctive with its look of sculptured steel. Inside luxury unequaled. Matching two-tone colors in washable vinyl fabrics. Exclusive flight-style instrument panel. And roominess that means true comfort. From any view, you see the smart sweep of its lines. Bigger, longer, wider. A bold, important look, so perfectly suited to modern tastes. Dream once again of craftsmanship with a flair and see the Golden Hawk, star of Studebaker's fabulous new sports car series, pace setters for style and performance. Go ahead, get in. See how Studebaker's Golden Hawk sets the pace for interiors, too, with smartly functional soundproof sealing, decorator-keyed colors and fabrics, specially designed flight view instrument panel. It's the only 5-passenger sports car in volume production. And now let's talk performance. Put her in gear, let her roll, and open her up. Now that's what we mean by Sky Power Performance. And with all 5 big new Studebaker series to choose from. 3 magnificent new presidents. 3 big new commanders. 3 handsome new champions. 3 big roomy station wagons, and 4 sensational new Studebaker Hawks, and all bearing the stamp of craftsmanship with a flair to make Studebaker the standout car in the low-price field. Be a standout yourself at the wheel of a big new Studebaker at your Studebaker dealers now. Don't forget now, the big news in the low-price field is the big new Studebaker. See it in person. Give it the works in a demonstration drive. See the full line. Drop in right away at your local Studebaker dealers. Tonight, you'll see the big news in the low-price field. The big new Studebaker will be unveiled especially for you.
From the pages of America's most popular magazine, your TV Reader's Digest. Presented by the Studebaker Packard Corporation and its dealers. Studebaker, with its tradition of fine craftsmanship, and Packard, with its tradition of inspired engineering, now one, as Studebaker Packard leads the way with the bold new idea in automobiles of outstanding quality. And now your host, Hugh Riley.
Studebaker 57, only cars in America to bring you supercharged power, slipstream styling, twin traction. Yes, this year, craftsmanship makes the big difference in the low-price field. And Studebaker 57 pledges you craftsmanship, quality, and satisfaction throughout its entire line. Here is Studebaker's exclusive look in a full choice of sedans, presidents, commanders, champions. The 57 Studebaker tops in style and comfort, cushion comfort, provided by Studebaker's exclusive luxury level ride. Twin traction for safer, surer riding. Plus economy performance makes Studebaker the car to see in the low-price field. This year, craftsmanship makes the big difference. Studebaker 57 at your dealers now.
The big news in the low-price field is the big new Studebaker, featuring craftsmanship with a flair to bring you all new styling, new power, completely different lines. Studebaker, the standout car in the low-price field. See it at your Studebaker dealers right now. The big news in the low-price field is the big new Studebaker at your dealers right now.
Hold it! Just a little later, we'll show you some mighty interesting developments. The big new Studebaker. This happy family is looking for a new car, and they've just discovered the big difference. This year, craftsmanship makes the big difference in the low-price field. Studebaker 57, a complete line of new cars for you who appreciate fine workmanship. If you're a fun-loving family, see the new Golden Hawk, America's first family sports car with room for 5. The only car in America with slipstream styling and supercharged power. Extra power when you need it. Economy at regular speeds. And if you're for big car comfort at budget prices, see Studebaker's luxurious new sedans with Studebaker's own luxury level ride. If you're an all-round kind of family, see the Broadmoor, Studebaker's brilliant new 4-door station wagon. See a full line of station wagons. Roomy, rugged, dependable, utility design. Twin traction control directs power to the rear wheel with the best grip to pull you out of snow or mud. Yes, if you're looking for a new car, remember, this year, craftsmanship makes the big difference in the low-price field. See Studebaker 57 at your dealers now. Car owners, you have everything to gain when you spin the wheel at your Studebaker dealers. Yes, spin the wheel. See for yourself the biggest allowances ever. See how much more you get on your old car toward a big new Studebaker.
Big news! Save, save, save with Studebaker. See your dealer today. You can spin the wheel to make your deal. Yes, spin the wheel to make your deal on a car that's really new. Studebaker.
Now, at your Studebaker dealers, the big allowance wheel shows you the fabulous trade-in you can get on the big new Studebaker. So hurry. Come in to see your Studebaker dealer and spin the wheel. And if you can't make it in person, pick up your phone and dial your deal. Either way, do it soon.
Save, save, save with Studebaker. See your dealer today.
Here comes the big news in the low-price field. The big new Studebaker, bringing you craftsmanship with a flair. Come, see the most exciting new cars of the year, with new styling, new power, completely different lines. Meet the new President Classic, the V8 of distinction. Big and solid, yet so sleek and powerful. And here's Studebaker's fabulous new Golden Hawk, sports car and family car in one. Here is tomorrow's sports car styling and performance combined with family size big car convenience. 5 passengers ride comfortably and safely relaxed in this richly finished interior with luxury fabrics, soundproof ceiling, new Flight View instrument panel, the Golden Hawk, brilliant example of Studebaker's craftsmanship with a flair. Craftsmanship you can see in every detail of every model, giving you comfort you can afford, luxury you'll be proud to own. And it's yours in 5 great Studebaker series, featuring craftsmanship with a flair. See for yourself why the standout car in the low price field is the big new Studebaker. See it at your Studebaker dealers now.
Here they come, the safest cars in America. The magnificent Studebaker President V8 and the famous Studebaker Commander V8. First in safety in their field, as judged by Car Life magazine. This leading publication in the automotive field ran a wide-open competition on all 35 cars in production in America. And here's the result. Henry Scharf, publisher of Car Life, presents the Safety Award to Harold Churchill, General Manager of Studebaker. And just what are the features that make Studebaker safest? Let's ask Studebaker engineers.
Start with that suspension system. Built for your comfort and safety. Lets you keep control, even under extreme conditions.
Look at that steering. Good and tight. With careful balance of car weight, so you have positive handling.
And with more brake lining per pound of car, Studebaker beats them all for safe, sure stops.
Engine, too. Studebaker has power and the torque to pull you out of trouble.
And the more you can see, the safer you are. How's this for visibility? All-around visibility.
Yes, and that's only part of the story. You owe it to yourself and your family to get the whole story. Safest cars in America in their field. See them at your Studebaker dealers right now.
Remember, the big news in the low price field is the big new Studebaker, featuring craftsmanship with a flair. Stop in at your Studebaker dealers and test drive an exciting big new Studebaker yourself. Choose from 5 big Studebaker series, all new, at your Studebaker dealers now.
Here comes the big new choice in the low price field, the big new Studebaker. Fastest selling, fastest moving Studebaker ever built, with the only fresh new styling in its class.
Big new, big new, big new Studebaker. Craftsmanship with a flair. The standout car in the low price field, the only car in the low price field that's really, really new. Studebaker, Studebaker, big new Studebaker.
Yes, Studebaker is the only car in the low price field with fresh new styling. And you'll find that your Studebaker dealer is giving the hottest trades and the best deals in town. Find out for yourself.
Big new Studebaker. See your dealer today.
And remember, ask your Studebaker dealer all about this. Studebaker is the first in the industry to bring you a $20,000 accident insurance policy. The new Safety Award-winning Studebaker. Understand now, they buy and pay the premium for you on a $20,000 accident insurance policy. This covers the registered owner a year while he drives his big new Studebaker. You'll want to know all the details, so see your Studebaker dealer right away.
Magnificent. I assume, sir, that I'm speaking to a gentleman who appreciates rare beauty and performance, as you've seen in that gorgeous equine. And as one connoisseur to another, I'd like to show you the finest example of beauty and performance that I've ever encountered. 275 horsepower of sheer poetry in motion.
It's the Golden Hawk, triumph of craftsmanship with a flair, brilliant leader of Studebaker's 4 new Hawks, America's first complete line of family sports cars. Now, from Studebaker alone, sports cars that the entire family can enjoy. Sports cars that seat 5 comfortably and safely. For in all of the new Studebaker Hawks, you ride smoothly in deep cushion comfort, smartly in color-keyed interiors. You ride protected by Studebaker's Safety Award craftsmanship. And in this Golden Hawk, you thrill to performance that's second to none. 275 horsepower, more power per pound than any American car on the road. Choose from 4 distinctive Hawks in Studebaker's new sports car series. And they're just one of 5 series of big new Studebakers, including Presidents, Commanders, Champions, and station wagons at your Studebaker dealers now.
Move it yourself. Who do you think you're trying to... Jake!
Charlie!
Hey, you're looking great. Hauling cars, huh?
Not just cars, Charlie. Young ideas, excitement, news. Cars from American Motors. Meet the AMX.
Hey!
Yeah, huh? Isn't that something? You've never seen anything like this beauty. It's loaded with all kinds of new ideas.
I'll take a dozen.
Ah, no, it's not for sale. It's an experimental car. Taking it to an auto show.
But here's one for you.
This baby just won first place in acceleration. Class 6 this year's Pure Oil Performance Trials.
First place.
Yep, Rambler American ran away from everything in its class, and it's still wearing the lowest list price of any car made in America. Who's got the news, huh?
American Motors?
Now wrap your eyes around this solid success. The Ambassador DPL, real class. Ambassador sales are up 26% over last year.
Hey!
You like, huh? Motor Trend magazine calls it the industry's richest interior.
Poshly posh.
And that's not all. There's double safety brakes and coil spring seats.
Like in a Cadillac.
That's what they mean by quality built in, not added on. That's why these cars stay younger longer. You know, keep their value. It's like I said, Charlie. This is a company that's hatching all the younger ideas. Up-and-coming American Motors. You gotta get rolling. See you in Los Angeles.
Yep, see you in Los Angeles. Los Angeles? I'm going to New York.
James! Let me out of here!
I'm going to New York! James, what are you doing to me? Let me out of here! I'm going to New York!
Every minute of every working day, 2 more families make their choice, a new American Motors car, because quality is built in, not added on.
Why, that little lowlife, back again. Say, let's see what the Rebel can do. Okay, you Rambler Rebel, let's ramble. Plenty of power. Ordering that big V8 was a smart move. So is this transmission. Shift for me, automatic for Marge. They call it Shift Command. Good name, good idea. Like the power disc brakes I got. Really safe. Rambler's come a long way. Good job, Rebel. We're here. Okay, you animated teddy bear. Go on, get.
See Rambler Rebel, built with you and your safety in mind by American Motors. Every minute of every working day, 2 more families make their choice, a new American Motors car, because quality is built in, not added on.
The Now cars. Rambler American, now. Typhoon V8 power, turned loose in America's low-priced economy champ. Power for now. Performance that's quick, alive, that puts new spirit in compact cars. Rambler American, with sporty options like 4 on the floor. Nimble, eager, ready to explore. Rambler American, with all the solid Rambler virtues, traditional Rambler economy, double safety braking system, safe single-unit body. Rambler American, one of the Now cars. The only full line of compact cars. Now with V8 power. Rambler American, from the 1967 American Motors. At your American Motors Rambler dealer now. The Now cars, from the 1967 American Motors. The Now cars are built for today's driving, today's driver. From the company on top of today, the 1967 American Motors. 26 models in 3 different sizes. Ambassador, now full-size luxury cars created for today. Rambler American, now Typhoon V8 Thunder comes to compact cars. Rebel, now the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. The Now cars, with standard safety features built in, with quality built in, so the value stays in. The Now cars, from the 1967 American Motors, and your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
Hi, Helen. What's the rush?
I've got 5 minutes to get to the faculty building.
Well, come on. I'll drop you.
Why, James Terwilliger, you went and got an expensive sports car.
No, Helen, it's not a sports car. It's a Rogue. A Rambler Rogue.
An expensive sports car.
A Rambler Rogue is not an expensive sports car.
Just never figured you for the sports car type.
It's not a sports car.
Roguish Jimmy Terwilliger in a sports car.
But does kind of handle like a sports car. And that powerful new engine does have more standard horsepower than any other car in its class. Okay, Helen.
Rambler Rogue, built with your safety in mind. Every minute of every working day, 2 more families make their choice a new American Motors car, because quality is built in, not added on.
You buy a new car and what happens? Your son spends more time behind the wheel than you do. Well, why not? That's why we got a real family car like this Rambler Classic wagon. Look at him. Proud. I feel pretty good, too. Especially about the extra safety that's built into this Rambler. There's all the standard safety features. Seat belts, front and rear, backup lights, outside rear view mirror, padded dash and visors, the works. Then there's the double safety brake system. Only car with that standard in the big 3 is Cadillac. And the solid single-unit body. Yep, safety's a lot of things. It's a good car, good roads, good laws, and a good driver.
Every minute of every working day, 2 more families make their choice a new American Motors car, because quality is built in, not added on.
The Now cars, from the 1967 American Motors. Now, full-size luxury in a selection of uncompromising automobiles. This luxury car is a Now car, an Ambassador DPL. With shimmering luxury, set in sculptured steel and gifted with satin-smooth performance. Full-sized luxury cars created for today. Lush, tempting luxury with plush appointments, elegant options, luxury priced for the young man who wants his luxury car now. Designed with your safety in mind. Ambassador, one of the Now cars, Ambassador. From the 1967 American Motors, at your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
How different the world can look in just 1 week. A big new job for Tom. We got our new station wagon. Well, we wanted something more than just a wagon. Frankly, we wanted luxury. And that's what we got with this new Ambassador. Luxury. Cut pile carpeting way up to the back door. Coil spring seats front and rear. Tom said the only other car with him is Cadillac. Maybe we'll have our Cadillac someday. Until then, this ambassador is perfect. Who says you have to wait for luxury?
The time for luxury is while you're still young enough to enjoy it. Ambassador 990 wagon, built with you and your safety in mind. Now at your American Motors Rambler dealer. American Motors cars keep their value because quality is built in, not added on.
The Now Cars. Rebel, the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. With engines for now, 343 Typhoon V8s. With innovations and styling for now. Rebel, with sizes for now. 114-inch wheelbase. Seats for 6. With quality and safety for now. Deep dish wheel, energy-absorbing steering column. Rebel. The first excitement machines in the intermediate class. Rebel. From the 1967 American Motors at your American Motors Rambler dealer now. Who were the big winners in this year's mobile economy run? They didn't think we'd have a chance. Our new Rambler American 440 was packing the biggest, most powerful standard engine in its class. The engine that made us an acceleration champ in the performance trials at Daytona. And acceleration champs just don't win in economy runs. Or do they? Well, after 3,300 miles of parched desert dust and thin mountain air, of open turnpikes and crowded cities, what happened? Rambler American, with the same engine that's standard in the lowest list price car made in America, won big for the 5th straight year. Won Class A for compacts, got best mileage of any car, any class, as certified by the U.S. Auto Club. See your American Motors Rambler dealer now. Every minute of every working day, 2 more families make their choice a new American Motors car, because quality is built in, not added on.
Daytona International Speedway, American Motors shows its new muscle. Rambler American outruns every car in its class, wins in acceleration, one of 3 events in Class 6 1966 Pure Oil Performance Trials. Wins with the newest, biggest, most powerful standard engine in its class. NASCAR officials supervise every step. Test equipment is attached for the acceleration run. The driver buckles himself in, gets ready. And they're off. Once up the track, foot to the floor. Once back again, and Rambler wins. The nearest competitor took almost 4 seconds longer to accelerate from 25 to 70 miles per hour. Rambler American, powerful, economical, and still the lowest list price car made in America. Rambler American at your American Motors Rambler dealer. American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
Let's make believe. This is a game, a very grown-up game. And the name of the game is automobile. The object of the game is simple. Produce cars that people will like and buy. But achieving that objective is not so simple. It requires huge investments in plants, machinery, and personnel. The players represent the world's automakers, from the U.S. and the rest of the world. Germany, France, England, Italy, even Japan. Now, all of the players don't play the game the same way. They have different strategies. Let's see what this means to you. This player is American Motors. Not the biggest player, but far from the smallest. How does he stand? Well, he has assets of well over $400 million. So he's sound. He manufactures automobiles in 18 plants in 15 countries. His commitment to the game is not to just do what the others do, but to innovate, to fill needs. In looking over the board, he saw that a good-sized gap had appeared in the market, a gap between the small foreign imports and the larger American compacts. and he boldly moved into the gap with Rambler American. He priced his Rambler American line competitive to the imports. He was able to do this by limiting future changes in the Rambler American line to changes that would further enhance their safety and reliability rather than appearance. The millions saved are being passed along to the customer in reduced prices. This Rambler American 220 two-door sedan used to list at $2,073. Now it's $1,839, and it's exactly the same car. Nothing has been taken out of it. All 9 Rambler American models have reduced prices. So now the game has changed considerably. Dollar for dollar, Rambler American is the best automobile value in the world. That's your kind of value. And American Motors builds your kind of car. Wonder what his next move will be? We'll see in a little while.
Me, a giant killer? Well, I represent the giant killer, American Motors. Remember when American Motors came out with Rambler and knocked the Detroit Giants for a loop? And big fins and fat land yachts went out of style? So, what's American Motors got up its sleeve for '66? It's not size. We won that battle. Bucket seats and 4-speed stick shifts? We have all that. For '66, it's quality. Quality built in, not added on. Like this. 2 seats. They look alike, but they don't sit alike. This one is made with coil inner springs. This one, zigzag. These comfortable coil springs are built in, here and here, front and back, in every American Motors car. Only one other car has them, Cadillac. Now, in '66, all car makers will have the new safety package. But what about brakes? Other cars have one hydraulic system. If that fails, no brakes. But with American Motors' double safety brake system, this safety line stops your car. Only one other U.S. car builds them in standard. That's right, Cadillac again. Quality. Quality built in, not added on. In a few minutes, you'll see just how exciting quality cars can be. The new 1966 cars from your friendly giant killer, American Motors.
Well, thank you for your kind applause. And say, tell me, how do you like the now cars from the 1967 American Motors? Well, I've got some good news for you. All the now cars have a great new warranty. A 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty on the engine and drivetrain, and that's in addition to the 2-year or 24,000-mile warranty on the entire automobile. That's right, 2 great warranties. They're yours on Ambassador, the full-size luxury car a younger man can own right now. Ambassador, with 2 great warranties we invite you to compare anywhere. On Rebel, the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. Rebel, with 2 great warranties we invite you to compare anywhere. On Rambler American, the low-priced economy champs now with Typhoon V8 Thunder. Rambler American, with 2 great warranties we invite you to compare anywhere. On Marlin, the first luxury sports fastback. Marlin, with 2 great warranties we invite you to compare anywhere. There you have them, great cars with 2 great warranties. Cars with quality built in, so the value stays in. See the now cars at your American Motors Rambler dealer, now.
Producing larger, more luxurious cars is part of the automobile game. See how American Motors builds in the kind of quality that gives a whole new driving experience.
Ambassador, the car that gives you the rich driving experience of the red carpet ride. Ambassador. Created for today, with road cushioning suspension, velvet-toned performance, the luxury of the red carpet ride. Ambassador, An uncompromising selection of automobiles with the red carpet ride. Priced for people who want their luxury now. Ambassador by American Motors.
Ambassador's red carpet ride is unique. It's your kind of quality. American Motors builds your kind of car. We'll come back to the game in a little while.
What a week. Jim got the promotion. Big, very important. Of course, we're not quite in the Cadillac bracket yet, but Jim figured it was time for a luxury car. This new Ambassador, perfect. Luxury, cut pile carpeting. Coil inner springs, like my sofa. Brocade, feels delicious. Sure, we looked at Impalas, Galaxies, cost about the same as our Ambassador. It's kind of terrific to have your first luxury car when you're still young enough to enjoy it.
Now your first luxury car can come a lot sooner. Like today. See the new Ambassador 990 at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. 66 Ambassador by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on. You never know when you'll need a big wagon. And the 1967 American Motors builds big wagons. See them at your American Motors Rambler dealer now. If the 1967 American Motors didn't build safety into the now cars, you wouldn't get an outside rearview mirror, pull grip handles, push-button locking system, and higher-strength locks in the doors, deep dish wheel, lane changer turn signals, four-way flashers, energy-absorbing steering column, brake system warning light, safety-styled and padded instrument panel, double safety braking system, non-flammable carpeting, padded visors, day-night safety-mounted mirror, molded ceiling, non-glare windshield wipers and washers, high-strength windshield, seat belts and shoulder belt anchors, coil spring seats to fight fatigue, wink lights, backup lights. Then tires with tread wear indicators, and safety rim wheels, and engines with reserve safety power, and a solid single-unit body. And that's what you'd get if we didn't build the safety in. Nothing. Every now car from the 1967 American Motors is built with your safety in mind. See your now car dealer, your American Motors Rambler dealer now. The Now Cars. Rambler American. Now. Typhoon V8 power. Turned loose in America's low-priced economy champ. Power for now. Performance that's quick, alive, that puts new spirit in compact cars. Rambler American. With sporty options like 4 on the floor. Rambler American with all the solid Rambler virtues. Traditional Rambler economy. Double safety braking system. Safe single-unit body. Rambler American, one of the now cars. The only full line of compact cars now with V8 power. Rambler American. From the 1967 American Motors, now. Ambassador, the now car that gives you the rich driving experience of the red carpet ride. Ambassador, full-size luxury created for today. With road cushioning suspension, velvet tone performance, the luxury of the red carpet ride.
Ambassador, an uncompromising selection of automobiles with the red carpet ride. Priced for people who want their luxury now. At your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
The Now Cars from the 1967 American Motors. The Now Cars are built for today's driving, today's driver. From the company on top of today, the 1967 American Motors. 26 models in 3 different sizes. Ambassador, now full-size luxury cars created for today. Rambler American, now Typhoon V8 Thunder comes to compact cars. Rebel, now the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. The Now Cars, with standard safety features built in, with quality built in, so the value stays in. The Now Cars, from the 1967 American Motors, at your American Motors Rambler dealer now. The Now Cars. Rebel, the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. With engines for now, 343 Typhoon V8s. With innovations and styling for now. Rebel, with sizes for now. 114-inch wheelbase. Seats for 6, with quality and safety for now. Deep dish wheel, energy-absorbing steering column. Rebel. The first excitement machines in the intermediate class. Rebel, from the 1967 American Motors, now. The Now Cars, from the 1967 American Motors. The Now Cars, built for today's driving, today's driver. 26 models in 3 different sizes. Ambassador, now full-sized luxury cars created for today. Rambler American, now Typhoon V8 Thunder comes to compact cars. Rebel, now the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. The Now Cars, with standard safety features built in, with quality built in so the value stays in. The Now Cars, from the 1967 American Motors, now.
In the automobile game, the players test their cars. Auto critics also test and report in the public press what they find. Let's see.
There isn't a better intermediate-sized car sold in the United States than the 1967 Rebel.
That's the way auto expert Tom McCahill described this Rebel SST in the March issue of Mechanics Illustrated. Here's what else he says about it.
It's extremely comfortable and relaxing to drive. Of all the new sporty-type cars as they come from the showroom, the Rebel has by far the best and safest suspension of the whole kit and caboodle. The SST is just about the best all-around small car for roadability, performance, comfort, and quality I've tested for 67.
American Motors calls the 1967 Rebels excitement machines. Tom McCahill agrees. That's your kind of excitement. American Motors builds your kind of car.
How will the game go? We'll come back in a little while and see.
What kind of car is this?
Beats me. It's a new 66. Says here, Rebel.
Rebel?
Sure good looking.
Rebel? Rebel what?
Excuse me. Pardon me.
What's the rush? What's your hurry?
Well, this is my car.
Oh, okay. What is it?
The Rebel. Rambler Rebel. Rambler?
Beautiful. That's a surprise. You're
Bigger than I thought.
a Rambler with a stick shift?
This one has. Works either manual or automatic. Can't get that on my Chevelle. Hey, plaid bucket seats? Yeah, nice, huh?
Rambler Rebel.
Sure surprised me.
That's a beauty.
See the 66 Rebel tomorrow at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. Rambler Classic Rebel by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
Hey, so that's your big surprise.
How about that?
Nice. What is it?
Rambler.
Rambler.
Rambler Classic.
Sure fooled me. Nice roof rack. Expensive, huh?
Nope, not a cent. Comes built in.
Well, now she tells me. Okay, kids. The one in our Chevelle cost extra.
Hey, the seat. You're half moon. Yeah, we got that special. You can move yours back all the way if you want to.
Ooh, I'm surprised.
Uh-oh.
I really am. Rambler.
I'll get it. Can you imagine if we'd left that behind?
Rambler Classic Wagon has lots of surprises found in no other 66 car. See it at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. 66 Rambler Classic by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
What a day. Big new title, my name on my own parking space. Of course, I wasn't exactly ready for a Cadillac. Not yet, anyway. But luxury? Yeah, I wanted luxury. It's like my new ambassador, the DPL. My first luxury car. Coil spring seats, front and back. Only other car with them is Cadillac. Power, smooth and quiet. Brake system, double safety. Like Caddy, too. Oh, I shop Galaxy and Impala. They list about the same as my DPL.
When is a young man ready for his first luxury car? American Motors says right now. See Ambassador DPL at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. New Ambassador DPL by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
Hey, you're right on time for a change. No wonder. You like it? Real sharp. American. 66 Rambler American. Good on gas, easy to park. And terrific performance. Really? Sure. Watch. Hey, this car is all engine. New engine this year. Bigger than your Monza. If you get the big engine. Oh, standard engine. Same as the Power Top standard. I paid extra for mine. Well, listen, with this new engine, how about gas mileage? Well, don't tell anybody, but I think this American runs on air.
The 66 Rambler American. More go for your dough than any car in its class. See it at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. Rambler American by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
Daytona. Rambler American outbreaks every other car in Class 7. Rambler American 6 out-accelerates every other car in its class for the second straight year. And in the economy test, Rambler American registers an amazing 24.7 miles per gallon, even with an automatic transmission. Yes, Rambler beats every car in its class in the 1967 Union Pure Oil Performance Trials. But the real winner is you when you buy a 1967 Rambler American. Rambler's double safety brakes bring you to a safer, surer stop on any road surface. Rambler American's economical way with a gallon of gas saves you money every mile you drive. And that extra acceleration from 25 to 70 miles per hour lets you pass more safely. Test drive America's lowest list price two-door sedan, Rambler American, at your American Motors Rambler dealer during his Daytona Success Sale now.
Rambler American made big news this year when it was list priced to compete with the foreign imports. Made more news in the performance trials at Daytona. Won Class 6 by outperforming other U.S. compacts in braking and acceleration. And now, Rambler American stirs up more excitement. This Rambler American with standard 199 cubic inch 6 and optional automatic transmission scored over 23 miles per gallon in this year's mobile economy run. On the grueling run over the Rockies from Los Angeles to Detroit, it averaged 23.36 miles per gallon as certified by the U.S. Auto Club. Performance winner, great on economy, and a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $1,839. Rambler American is your kind of car.
$31, $32, $33. 66 Marlin is bigger than I thought.
I told you, full size.
Our old car is 48 steps around, 55, 56, 57.
Honey, it's the inside that counts. You're going to walk across the top.
It's built low, and yet you can sit up straight. How tall are you, Harry?
Unbelievable. I'm 6 feet tall, and I have blue eyes. Why don't you kick the tires?
Silly. Now, why did you tell me the Marlin was a sports car?
I said it was both. A sports fastback and roomy enough for the family, too.
Well, you're right again.
Both us.
Yeah. See the 66 Marlin at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. Marlin by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
It's all in the follow-through. Hey, got the Rambler, huh?
Yeah, 66 Rambler Rogue.
Looks terrific.
Doesn't it?
Good, solid car.
Sure is.
Easy to handle.
Uh-huh.
Easy on gas?
Right. And this Rogue will take on your Mustang any day.
Come on.
You'll see.
Hey, this Rogue is all engine.
New engine this year, standard.
Sure, but there goes your gas mileage.
You kidding? Rambler invented economy.
How much for the bucket seats?
Standard too.
Hey, they recline.
Yeah.
Big new engine. Good-looking car.
Yeah.
Say, you're a pretty sharp guy.
Yeah, kind of a rogue, huh?
Kind of a rogue.
See Rogue, new razzle-dazzle Rambler tomorrow at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. Rambler American Rogue by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
What a week. Jim got the promotion. Big, very important. Of course, we're not quite in the Cadillac bracket yet, but Jim figured it was time for a luxury car. This new Ambassador, perfect. Luxury, cut pile carpeting. Coil inner springs, like my sofa. Brocade, feels delicious. Sure, we looked at Impalas, Galaxies, cost about the same as our Ambassador. It's kind of terrific to have your first luxury car when you're still young enough to enjoy it.
Your first luxury car can come a lot sooner, like today. Ambassador 990, built with you and your safety in mind. Now at your American Motors Rambler dealer. American Motors cars keep their value because quality is built in, not added on. The Now cars. Rebel, the first excitement machines in the intermediate class. With engines for now, 343 Typhoon V8s. With innovations and styling for now. Rebel, with sizes for now. 114-inch wheelbase. Seats for 6. With quality and safety for now. Deep dish wheel, energy-absorbing steering column. Rebel. The first excitement machines in the intermediate class. Rebel. From the 1967 American Motors at your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
It was a real kick. Big new job. First day through that gate. Of course, that didn't put me in the Cadillac League. Not yet. But Betty and I, well, we were ready for luxury. And that's our Ambassador. Our first real luxury car. Funny, it lists about the same as Galaxy and Impala. But the luxury stuff, like the power disc brakes we got. And up front, that big V8. I don't know. The way I see it, the time for a luxury car is while you're still young enough to enjoy it.
When are you getting your first luxury car? American Motors says you can do it today. See the Ambassador at your friendly Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. 66 Ambassador by American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
American Motors, on behalf of your American Motors Rambler dealer. American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on. American Motors, on behalf of your American Motors Rambler dealer. American Motors, where quality is built in, not added on.
Daytona. Rambler American outbreaks every other car in Class 7. Rambler American 6 out-accelerates every other car in its class for the second straight year. And in the economy test, Rambler American registers an amazing 24.7 miles per gallon. Yes, Rambler tops its class in the Union Pure Oil Performance Trials. But the real winner is you when you buy a 1967 Rambler American. Rambler's double safety brakes bring you to a safer, surer stop on any road surface. Rambler American's economical way with a gallon of gas saves you money every mile you drive. And that extra acceleration from 25 to 70 miles an hour lets you pass more safely. Test drive America's lowest list price two-door sedan, Rambler American.
The Now cars. Rambler American, now.
Typhoon V8 power, turned loose in America's low-priced economy champ. Power for now. Performance that's quick, alive, that puts new spirit in compact cars.
Rambler American, with sporty options like 4 on the floor.
Nimble, eager,
Ready to explore. Rambler American, with all the solid Rambler virtues. Traditional Rambler economy. Double safety braking system. Safe single-unit body. Rambler American, one of the Now cars. The only full line of compact cars. Now with V8 power. Rambler American, from the 1967 American Motors. At your American Motors Rambler dealer now.
Let's see the Giant Killers line up again, Ambassador DPL, Marlin, Rambler Rebel, and Rambler Rogue. See them tomorrow at your friendly Giant Killers. He's your American Motors Rambler dealer.
Ever see a Giant Killer in action? American Motors goes after the big three with quality. Quality built in, not added on. See the 1966 Rambler American Rogue at your friendly Giant Killers, your American Motors Rambler dealer.
Ever see a Giant Killer in action? The Greater Detroit American Motors Rambler dealers challenge the big three with surprises like Rambler Rebel. Even its smallest 6 is bigger than the standard 6 on Chevelle and Fairlane. Drive Rebel at your friendly Giant Killer.
By the 1967 American Motors, on behalf of your American Motors Rambler dealer, where you'll find the Now cars now. And by...
Look what's happening at your friendly neighborhood authorized Giant Killer, your American Motors Rambler dealer. See?
Your Greater Cleveland American Motors Rambler dealer has turned into a friendly Giant Killer.